Start of the second quarter here in Tucson, Arizona. Oregon with the football, protecting a 1-point lead, having lost the Heisman frontrunner coming in tonight, Dennis Dixon, to a sprained knee. Now Brady Leaf and his backup trying to keep this drive going. Leaf has the football, fires across the field, incomplete. Excellent coverage. He was looking for Fluke.
Well, you see the strategy now of Oregon and what they're going to do. Instead of having the ability to run with the quarterback to the perimeter, now they're going to have the zone read, and if the corner comes to take the option, he's going to pull up and throw the bubble screen.
Well, if you're defensive minded here, you don't go play him, you sit back and make Leaf run with the football.
3rd and 3. Pressure, intercepted! Intercepted by Antoine Cason, who takes it the other way. Antoine Cason's 15th career interception, a great career for this senior corner. A mistake by Leaf, and all of a sudden, number 2, minus their number 1 quarterback, is in a hole here in the desert. Bonzio for the conversion, and the lead is 6.
Timing is just a little bit different, obviously, with a different quarterback and the receivers. Once you've got a squatting quarter like Cason on this thing, he reads the route. He's inside. Great effort by coming up and making the play, finishing the play.
Putting pressure on the quarterback, bringing the blitz, playing man-to-man coverage. A great individual effort on Cason's part to undercut the route.
42 yards on the interception return. That's the second takeaway for this Arizona defense. 6 takeaways were crucial in the upset win at Autzen last year.
Did you hear that roar at LSU, Oklahoma, Missouri?
Across the country.
Did you hear a roar?
The roar there. That's Antoine Cason's mom. This is senior. Antoine, one of 19 seniors honored. Already an emotional night and a huge play. We welcome in on the telephone now, owner of 3 Super Bowl rings and former All-American here at Arizona, Teddy Bruschi of the Patriots. And excellent timing, Teddy, as the remnants of your old Desert Swarm defense making a huge play and giving the Wildcats the lead.
Yes, my timing is pretty good. I'm hoping it's bringing them some luck. It looks like it is.
You don't get a chance to watch Arizona on TV very often. All your teammates have their colleges on national TV a lot more often than Arizona. So treat for you tonight. We're happy to oblige.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this is a treat for me out here on the West Coast. It is a little bit tougher for me to keep up on my Wildcats, but seeing a primetime game here and seeing them play so well, you know, it's really great. I'm having a lot of fun here in my living room, pumping my fist, real fired up.
Jonathan Stewart on the return. A former teammate wants to say hello here.
Hey, Teddy, how you doing, buddy?
Good, hey, buddy. Good to see you, Doug. How you been,
going
man?
On? What is going on with you guys? You guys just don't want to lose.
Hey,
I mean, you're making it look easy.
We're playing some good football out here. You know how we do it out here, taking it one game at a time. We got a big game coming up versus Buffalo. We're looking forward to.
You guys kind of relishing, Teddy, that bad boy mystique that seems to be building around the Patriots from opponents?
You know, I don't know what it's turning into, and we don't really pay attention to it. I mean, a lot of people have opinions on our successes and how things have gone, but we've just been trying to take it one day at a time and one game at a time. That's how we've always done it here, and that's how we'll just continue to do it.
Stewart for 7 yards on the carry.
Let's jump back out here, Mr. Analyst. And Teddy, tell us now, defensively, if you're in the huddle and the opponent's star quarterback, front-running Heisman guy, goes down, what's the mindset now of the Arizona defense?
Well, I mean, you hate to see Dixon go down like that. Everybody knows he's a great player. He was a Heisman hopeful, but you know, with their backup quarterback in there, I think you gotta really stack up versus the run, try to put the ball in the backup quarterback's hands and see what he can do with it.
Stewart, no gain there. It'll set up a 3rd and short. What he did with it just there was make a critical mistake, and we'll see how much trust they have with Leaf throwing the ball now.
Yeah, that was a big play. That was a big play. We made the score on defense. You know, when you play a great team like Oregon, you got to do a couple of things right. And one of the things is forced turnovers. We've already got 2 big picks tonight. We took one to the house, and you know, hopefully they can finish this game and pull off the upset.
3rd and 2. They bring pressure up the middle. Lee fires complete, now incomplete. And there's Jason Williams once again with the drop. That's been a problem for him. And the Ducks down 6 will have to punt the football.
And Williams is a guy that has been making the big play for Oregon. And Oregon needs a big play. They needed Williams to come up with that play.
You know, he's got to help his new quarterback out there. You know, Leaf's a little shaky right now. And if you can make a play for him, take that and get a first down, it goes a long way for confidence.
There's a nickname that Williams has in Eugene. It's 50-50. 50-50 where he was going to catch the ball. He looks the part, but the drops have been a problem. First punt of the game. Josh Shirey to boot it away. Bring pressure off the edge. He gets it away. And the ball will bounce. Taken on the fly. And dragged down after a short gain is Kason, who just made the interception. Teddy, best of luck the rest of the way. We know you're locked in and seeing if the Wildcats can pull an upset. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks, guys. Go Cats.
All right, see you, Teddy.
Now this defense isn't Desert Swarm. If they're going to win this tonight, it may have to be a shootout as Arizona with the ball and a 6-point lead early second quarter. We're spending 2 weeks in Grand Canyon State, Tempe on Thanksgiving as the Trojans visit the Sun Devils tonight. Arizona trying to continue the pattern of upsets over highly ranked teams in November with the football at the 26. And it's Grigsby, the freshman. Grigsby with a first down out near the 40, showing that burst. He's just 5'10", 178. Comes out of Whittier, California. But he is a very talented young running back.
This is really the difference between this offense and what Sonny Dykes ran at Texas Tech in the past. They can run the football. They run it a lot. Grigsby is a guy who has acceleration and vision. Doug just wondered if he's big enough to carry at 25 a game.
Well, he's not big enough to pass protect. That's for you want him carrying the ball, free releasing, getting out, making plays for you. He's quick and explosive.
Now, he sparked the running game. Looks like got carried away. They only run it for 82 yards a game. Back to the A game, the passing game, incomplete, and a flag is down. Did they hit Tuitama late? It's going to be a personal foul against the Ducks. This defense has to maintain its composure now. They've been burned a couple of times and give up the defensive touchdown. First penalty of the game.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 49 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's their top sack man, Nick Reed, the junior. A little bit late on that one.
I think composure across the board for the whole team. They have to really be mindful of where they are.
They got to settle in and realize this is going to be a 60-minute game and it's going to be a slugfest now. They've had a lot of blowouts this year. This one's probably going to go down the wire now because of your situation offensively.
Bottom of your screen, Mike Thomas has single coverage, the dangerous receiver. Tuitama look in that direction, loops it down the sidelines and overthrows intended receiver Terrell Turner. So Thomas went deep. Turner came in motion. Well covered. A chance to watch Hawaii, one of 2 undefeated teams. This will be your road test in Reno against the Wolfpack. 11 o'clock Eastern time. Stay up late. It'll be worth watching. Colt Brennan dinged. It'll be a game time decision for another Heisman contender in a season that has seen one of the craziest Heisman races we can ever remember.
Well, June Jones says that the reports out this week were that there were no lingering hangover effects from his concussion, so maybe Brennan's ready to go.
Now they pitch it, and Grigsby's going to be trapped for a loss. Jerome Boyd and Patrick Chung there on the stop. Back on the Arizona side of the field, they lose 5 yards.
What do you think we do, like what did you call it a while ago, Fowler? A make good on the Heisman, go back to several years? Mr.
I suggested that past guys who didn't get the Heisman Trophy, maybe you're thinking this is my year, they can get right in candidacy. Because there has been, frankly, a lack of clear-cut candidates. And now, with Dixon out of this ball game, he did have a touchdown run early, but it certainly doesn't help.
Tebow's been pretty impressive. Dixon's been very impressive. But we've had no consistency from beginning to end. It's just a revolving door every week.
That's for sure.
Prior to the snap, illegal substitution on the defense. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Or we redshirt the Heisman this year. We give 2 next year.
No,
we'll give 2. Look, Archie Griffin, he's the only guy that's got 2, so come on.
Well, this guy's team, Tebow's team, has 3 losses, but look at those statistics. 19 rushing touchdowns is spectacular, even for a great tailback, much less a quarterback. We will have to see how voters treat those 3 losses. And Chase Daniel, his team just has 1 loss and great passing stats.
Tebow has been amazing. With Harvin out, he just takes over the running game as well and getting himself in the end zone and doing whatever it takes to win football games.
Two-timer on 3rd and 10. Fires near sideline, wide open. Catching the ball, weaving his way is Thomas for a touchdown. Well, Dennis Dixon limping and potential upset looming. 46 yards on the touchdown. We're seeing why Oregon's defense is ranked near the bottom nationally against the pass. Second TD for Mike Money Thomas. He's now got 11 on the season. Bonzio sneaks the conversion through, and Oregon, minus its leader, all of a sudden in a 13-point hole.
Chris, you mentioned that pass defense that's not very good. If you come up for an interception, you're going to make the ball. Good blocking downfield.
Well, their house is rocking. 17 straight points by the underdog Wildcats, and they lead at 24-11. Bonzio's kick taken by Stewart. Jonathan Stewart plows to the 33 as we check with Aaron for another update on number 10. Aaron?
Well, Chris, Dennis Dixon in the locker room now, but when he was on the sideline, we saw his father, Dennis Sr., down here. I had a chance to speak with his dad before he went up to his seat. He said what he and the trainers were speaking about is the fact that he did aggravate that left knee. He said it's very weak. He is moving on it, but he even had to tell his son, do not even think about going back in there. What the trainer did tell him, they are worried that he tore something in his knee, Chris.
Sure, an examination. That knee will be forthcoming, and again with 2 more regular seasons to go, a big concern. But hey, they got to get out of Tucson, and it's Brady Leaf who's going to have to step up. Leaf still has the football, not known for his running. He's clocked by Larson after picking up about 8.
Number 51, Spencer Larson.
One of the things about this Tech offense they used to run at Tech with Sonny Dykes was that the fact that they would go vertical. You're going to see pressure tight end up the middle, and it really pushes pressure on the safety and corner deep.
It was a 2D coverage, and the guy you see diving there is Harper. Did a center field turn trying to reach for the ball, did not get there in time. In that coverage, he has to stay wide.
On the high snap, Leaf collects it and is dropped for a loss. Things a little out of sync without their star quarterback in there.
Well, and when you get to a short yardage here on 2nd down, you know, the last thing you need to do is have a bad exchange with your quarterback. You got to make sure the mesh point is there. Run the football with Stewart.
Where their defense is playing against the pass. There's a little bit of urgency, even though it's early for Oregon to stay on the field offensively. On 3rd and 3, they hand it to Stewart. Oh. He is hammered. He will not get the first down. Spencer Larson with a big hit.
You could just feel the emotion of this team and this stadium pick up after the Dixon injury and obviously coming back.
You don't see him knock backward very often like this.
Left side of your screen, watch 51 fill the lane. Boom! Down the hill. You got to get Stewart in the backfield before that big fella gets going.
He still didn't make the tackle. Lewis Holmes finished him off. Cyree on the punt. Antoine Cason, talented DB, the pick earlier, back to receive this punt. Kaysen at the 15. Dances around and gains only 4 on the return. Kwame Ajiman on the tackle.
Aaron, what's the attitude like on the bench at Oregon? I mean, are they kind of like in a fog? Are they talking?
Yeah, you know, the vibe down here is kind of like everybody's just in shock. And Mike Bellotti came over and spoke to his defense a couple minutes ago and just said, look, you got to move on. We've got to get this together, regroup. And I'm interested to hear what the offense is saying over here as well. But it is. Everybody's just in a state of shock.
Aaron, it's important. This is not a team that's really faced a lot of adversity like this. They score so quickly. They've been playing with the lead almost all year. And now we're going to see a little bit more about what the Ducks are about. Down 13 on the road, minus Dennis Dixon. Grigsby is the tailback behind Tuitama. Thomas in the slot. This is complete to Dean. Short gain after the 23. You learn about a team when they face this kind of adversity, and it's a whole different deal from playing with the lead. All of a sudden, with all the pressure of the BCS, whether they want to talk about it or not, the conference title, all that stuff riding on this game.
And we want to take nothing away from Arizona. Arizona's been playing well and believed in themselves. Even if Dixon had stayed in the game, they thought they had a chance. So that doubles the pressure on Oregon.
And you can see the confidence building in Arizona. Tuitama with his audible there, looking over. Everything's very distinct. I'm trying to find the word for it. It's just, he knows what he's doing.
It's distinct?
Distinct?
What do you mean?
He's not unsure.
He's decisive.
Very decisive. Thank you. Succinct.
Hey, you had to have had a running buddy at BC go through school with you, man. Come on, man. Love me.
Love you, man.
Timeout on the field.
My partner.
Ducks down 13. History said, be careful of Arizona in November. They struggle in the other 3 months of the season. At least they have in recent years. But in November, when the stakes are frankly not quite as high, they say they play looser, more relaxed. In recent years, they've stunned plenty of highly ranked teams. None as high as second-ranked Oregon, but they have the lead right now. And Grigsby, the freshman, stopped for a short loss. We ask him, why is it? Why do you play so much better late in the year after getting off to a bad start? And they really don't know.
I think it's kind of the same principle as late in the game when you're getting blown out. All of a sudden your quarterback goes up and down the field, you score a couple late touchdowns. The pressure's off. The pressure at the beginning of the year to be a bowl team, to be a contender in your conference, all that stuff's gone. Now you're playing for pride and you let it rip.
If they could figure that out in September, they'd have better seasons around here. On 3rd and 6. 5 receivers out. Tuitama steps up, flips it. It's complete. But hit short of a first down is Thomas. This time, no room to run after the catch, and a good job by Thurmond.
Well, and also a good job by Nick Aliotti, the defensive coordinator, making sure that they hug that yard marker. With a first down, they push the throw, force the throw underneath.
And the first punt now for Arizona. Much needed stop for that Ducks defense. Andy L. Brown, the regular punt returner, has a high ankle. He did not make the trip. So the true freshman, Pflugrad, back to receive this punt. And Cryer, it's that low rugby punt that's so much in vogue off, and it'll roll inside the 20-yard line. So the long field for Brady Leaf and the Ducks offense. 7:15 until halftime. Our Aflac trivia question. How many teams has current Arizona State head coach Dennis Erickson taken to a bowl game? Not counting the Sun Devils, who obviously are bowl eligible. We'll see them next week at home against USC. Fans of the Pac-10 probably have this one.
Next week, we come back to the desert area, right?
Yeah, and if Oregon loses this game, remember, this could be for the Rose Bowl. Arizona State and USC both losing to the Ducks, but an Oregon loss here would open things up. It'll be the second Pac-10 loss. So a lot of teams rooting for Arizona, including the 2 teams we'll see next week. Stewart, nothing there.
Arizona saying the ball was on the ground.
It's Larson there in a scrum. Larson from Gilbert, Arizona, went on a Mormon mission to Chile for a couple of years, stepped away from football, came back. He's got a young 7-month-old son. And he's got the top tackling numbers in the conference. NFL future, they say, at worst, kind of a late first day guy, and his stock is certainly rising. Leaf fires, complete. Nope. They can't jump it because Jason Williams never has it. Another drop. That was a tough throw behind him there.
Wait a minute.
I agree.
Fowler,
I agree.
the ball
Back
hits
shoulder.
his hands. He's got to make the catch. You're the guy who's taught me that all season.
All right,
this
Coach.
ball's got to be caught.
Yeah.
It needs to be caught, but I think the route needed to be more distinct. You need to set down in that zone and give your quarterback a target. He was moving, still drifting.
And everything, the timing is just off with Leaf in there. And then 3rd and 10. It's Stewart blocking the blitz, and Leaf dropped. Lionel Dotson got there. 6.5 sacks on the season for the senior from Houston. Guys now in 18 snaps since Leaf entered after Dixon's injury. They've got about 40 yards on offense in 18 snaps.
The old track meet we were seeing in the very beginning of this game has turned into what?
A one-lane meet. It's all Arizona.
Siree back to punt. Kaysen could give the Wildcats good field position. Pressure up the middle. They don't get there. It's a low punt. Kaysen fields it at his ankles at the 43. Kaysen gets the corner. Antoine Kaysen cruising to the end zone. A flag is down. A flag is down at the 5-yard line. Kaysen being mobbed after a 56-yard return. Was the touchdown spoiled at the last minute?
I'm just wondering if that punter didn't turn his back to the block. Picked up a nice Wise blocking in the back.
It was Xavier Smith, number 30, down there blocking. Looks like the officials have a little conference.
There is no foul on the play. Touchdown.
Then quit throwing the flags.
Huge night for Antoine Kaysen on senior night. 2 touchdowns. It's starting to feel a lot like the mugging that the Wildcats gave the Ducks a year ago in Autzen. Number 2 is in deep, deep trouble in the desert. Conversion by Bonzio. Antoine Kaysen told us a great story. He turned his life around, his career around at age 16. He had a very tough dad. His dad said, listen, son, you better start applying yourself. He got tough on him. This guy, this night means a lot to him as it does to all the seniors.
Yeah, he's made some plays tonight with his legs. Yesterday, a very confident, very polite young man. Really enjoyed visiting with him. The interception here on the corner when Leaf came in for a touchdown. That really turned things around. And then your punt return. You know what? In the track meet, Chris, you're talking about, said he got blown away in smoke in a track meet, right?
He's 16 years old, yeah.
I think he learned how to run a track meet right there.
It was a long ride home, though. His dad jawing at him nonstop. He said he rolled down the window, stuck his head out of the window to not have to hear what his dad was saying. But after going home and shedding some tears and thinking about it in his room overnight, he came out the next morning and he said he was kind of a new man. And it turned his athletic career around. He learned how to apply himself. Maybe Dad's being told we're telling his story right now.
Hey, and Wendell, he likes to know the game plan. You know, Antoine said, Dad's always asking, where's the DVD of our opponent? He scouts him up.
And what a story for Kaysen. If you could draw up a senior night for yourself, number 2 team in the country comes in, Heisman front-running quarterback, and you score a couple of non-offensive touchdowns yourself. Of course, this one's not over yet. Oregon, plenty of weapons, even with Leaf at the controls. This is Patrick Chung on the return, picks his way out across the 35 and to the 40-yard line. But now the deficit is 20 points, and what a night for Mr. Cason, Aaron.
Absolutely, and just to add on the great stories Antoine was telling us yesterday about his dad, Wendell, you know, he played for Oregon, and Antoine said we used to always go to, you know, the games together, and he had hoped to play for Oregon as well, but the Ducks never talked to him. But he said, my dad likes to get the DVDs. He likes to look at the tape, coach me up. He tried to do it last week already on Oregon, and he said, look, Dad, we got a week off, buddy. I need to relax a little bit.
You could see the confidence. Cason, a very confident, well-spoken, outgoing young guy. He's one of the leaders of that defense. And you could tell yesterday he was ready to play. So here's Leaf. Down 20 now. The wide pitch. And Stewart across midfield. Larson forcing him out. That was a very different looking pitch.
Still, though, they're running the option stuff and the zone read, which have worked twice now, where Leaf ran for good yardage, and then they're running the option. That's what they do well, even with Brady at quarterback. Stay with it.
And, you know, Chris, to answer your question about that long pitch, that's the ball carrier's responsibility to keep the pitch relationship. He's got to stay up there hugged up in that 5-yard range.
That pitch was longer than 5 yards, but it worked. Ducks need to answer quite clearly here. And it's Stewart. Short game. Ball's loose. Covered by Oregon. It's Leaf who went diving forward to cover that fumble at the 44. Almost a disastrous turnover.
Yeah, you know what, though? You take it as you got it. You know, you just kind of do your thing, run the offense, get your opportunities when you can. Leaf being around it, being aggressive.
It's a 5-yard gain on first down. That's positive. Stay with that. This is what they do well.
Leaf has it, he's going to throw it. Incomplete. Strong, the intended receiver, had no chance on that one.
2nd and 5, though. It gives you something that's manageable. It allows your coordinator, Chip Kelly, to call some other plays. They're going to have to come up with some form of passing, though.
Leaf just 1 of 6 for 4 yards, and the interception, which was taken back for a touchdown by Cason.
You'd like to be able to get some screens and little short stuff to get his confidence rolling. He's thrown some short passes, had one picked off, so you may wind up and just throw one over the top.
Jonathan Stewart, the tailback, set to the top of the formation to the right of Leaf on 3rd down. He throws back to the near side. Pflugrad, the freshman, is dropped at the 39. He's very near the first down marker. Corey Hall on the stop.
You can go ahead and mark it down. If it's short, Oregon needs to go for it.
You think?
Absolutely, man. Don't give the ball back. You gotta go take it.
How will this team react in this position? Haven't been tested like this yet in 2007. Not even close.
Well, it looks like Leaf's getting his feet on the ground a little bit, though, as far as tucking it under and running, getting some positive yards, completing, even though it's a short little bubble pass there.
I'll give you another guy that they're missing in this situation right now is Jeremiah Johnson.
Sure.
That running back that could get out on the flats, catch the ball, really a big explosive receiver. There are a lot of players that are down that were big-time playmakers on this Oregon offense.
We talked about Cameron Coleman, Brian Paysinger, 2 receivers injured, but hey, he's got to play through it, and they were able to play through those guys. It's a different deal, though, when Dennis Dixon goes down.
Yeah, but you still got one guy in that backfield next to Leaf named Jonathan Stewart. He can do it.
Stewart, 86 yards on 15 carries so far. First down from the 39. There is the workhorse. Hammered by Larson after getting about 6. Jason Parker there as well.
We're talking about how explosive Oregon's offense is and the quick play, the quick drives, the big plays and all that. This is becoming more of a methodical 5 yards at a time, 1 first down at a time type offense.
And they got 3:45 until halftime to cut into this 20-point lead. Arizona will get the football to start the second half. Leaf flips it in the slot. It's caught by Derek Jones, and the speediest Duck has first down yardage at the 27. Larson on the stop again. There's Jones, who could have collected that pass in the end zone, would have given Oregon a 15 7-0 lead, and who knows, maybe a different ball game.
Wow.
Bounced off his hands, take it back.
Good point.
Change momentum, huge.
That happened so long ago, you forget that it was almost 15-0.
It does seem like a long time ago. On first down, they flip it near side and out of the reach of Stewart. Leaf was being pressured by Larson.
Great reaction by Leaf. Larson's coming in untouched, free rusher, blitz situation, dumping it to Stewart. Ball just a little out of reach, had an opportunity for a big play. But that's what pressure on the quarterback will do.
On 2nd and 10, Stewart dropped for a loss. Andy Barnett grabs him for a 3-yard loss. It'll be 3rd and long.
So Mark Stoops is over there and he's talking to his defensive line and he's saying, all right, guys, we got a new quarterback. Now let's stay our course over here. Let's don't go up the field and run past a play like a screen. Let's see the draws. They're all staying at home.
3rd and 13 against Mark Stoops' defense. Didn't like what he saw.
No, the official. He's got to go back to school and learn how to blow the whistle.
He couldn't get the whistle in his mouth.
This is a very energized sideline. Very energized sideline. These guys will get after each other, get after their players.
Get them going, Stoopsy.
And they're leading
by 20. Raucous evening in Tucson, Arizona. And if you're just joining us, Dennis Dixon re-aggravating that knee injury that he brought to Tucson. He's done for the night. And Arizona 2 non-offensive touchdowns by Antoine Cason, an interception and a punt return. And now it's 3rd and 13 for Brady Leaf and this Oregon offense at the Arizona 30. Blitz. Leaf loses the football. The scramble back near midfield. Oregon gets the ball back. Larson forced the fumble. Disastrous loss, removes any chance of a field goal attempt.
Excellent job of Stoops calling pressure and a blitz up the middle, testing the middle, and why? Trying to see if Ryan Leaf's brother Brady can get out of the pocket and move, which he can't.
You know, it's a 3rd and extra long situation. The worst you can do is create or turn the ball over in this situation. Minimize your losses. Ball's got to go. Throw it away or cover it up, one or the other.
Yeah, they had a field goal opportunity. Would have been a 47-yarder before that loss. Now, a very bad punt. Cyree boots it up in the air, shanked it off the side of the foot. You see where they spot it. They're marching out near the 37-yard line. Just an 11-yard punt. Things unraveling for the Ducks here. We'll see if Brady Leaf can kind of settle down in the second half. He'll have an intermission to think about it. But at least a 20-point deficit to make up, and not much Big Brother can do.
Looks like Ryan's getting a little frustrated. He wants to throw the pads on and get out there and help out.
Last year I spoke with Ryan. We were doing the Vegas Bowl. He came on as a guest with us, and he was coaching over in West Texas. Loving it. Really doing well, enjoying himself.
Of course, the excellent college career. Heisman contender. The pro career never panning out. Forever linked with Peyton Manning, of course. It was the big debate that year. Who do you like, Leaf or Manning? Leaf or Manning? Those who like Manning were proven to be correct over time, to say the least. Meantime, Arizona trying to add to the lead before halftime. 2:09 to play. Terrell Turner on that catch. I think Mike Stoops had a feeling his team would be ready. Excellent practices. The bye week. The history of pulling upsets in November. Lots of reasons for this group to be confident, even though they're got a 2-touchdown underdog coming in. Mike Thomas in the slot. Tua Thomas flips it on a crossing route. And collecting the ball out near midfield is Turner. Approaching halftime. 2 minutes to go. Let's check in with Reese Davis in the studio.
All right, Chris, coming up on the Pontiac Performance Halftime Report, we will give you the very latest on the Barry Bonds indictment, also bring you some reaction to that. Alex Rodriguez potentially returning to the Yankees. We'll give you the parameters of that proposed deal. And Sweet Lou tries to shake down the Thunder and deliver a pep talk to a team that needs it, perhaps more than anyone else.
You can think of a few teams. Tuitama in traffic, trying to escape. Takes a short loss by scooting out of bounds.
You saw the angle of which he went out of bounds.
He wanted to find that sideline.
He was not looking for yards.
Coach, you got to stop the clock, Coach. 1:35.
That's what it was. You know, you're talking about building confidence, feeling good about it coming into this game. Tuitama said the other day in practice, not a single ball touched the ground. Every pass was completed.
Yep.
Offensively, things are clicking for him in the passing game. So, I mean, coming into the day, are not afraid of this Oregon team at all.
Certainly not the moment. Tuitama, 12 of 16. He's got Thomas as leading receiver. He's far right in the formation in single coverage. And he'll fire down the middle, in and out of the hands of Thomas. Matthew Harper, the safety, who missed an opportunity to make the interception on the touchdown. And now a flag is down to the far side of the field as we give you the answer to our Aflac trivia question. Dennis Erickson has the Sun Devils pointed to a bowl game. But prior to that, took Washington State, of course Miami, where they won a national championship, and Oregon State to bowl games. Beavers beating down Notre Dame in a memorable Fiesta Bowl. Check the flag here. Could be on Arizona.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense, number 49. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
You said that Earl Mitchell, the H-back, was ineligibly downfield. 3rd and 13.
Usually that'll happen because a wide receiver will get on the line of scrimmage outside of him and cover him up, making him ineligible.
Ducks show a 3-man front on 3rd and 13. They show pressure but back off. Tuitama will just throw it away. Nick Reed eventually got there to flush him out, and it'll be 4th down.
Good, smart decision, throwing away, minimize your losses, go ahead and punt the ball. Don't make your big mistake to put Oregon back in the game.
You usually give me a hard time for saying something like that. Mr. Conservative, you know.
It was 3rd and extra long, the same type of situation that causes turnovers all the time.
For Oregon, number 32, Jairus Byrd.
Yeah, there's a very short punt. Pryor shanks this one off the side of the foot, and it's going to roll dead at about the 32-yard line. So the Ducks with 2 timeouts and 1:08 before halftime to work with. See how aggressive Bellotti wants to get. Down 20. Leaf fakes left, throws it right. And a diving catch across the 30-yard line. Derek Jones this time able to hold on to it. Drops have plagued this Ducks offense in the first half.
That was a phenomenal catch there in his fingertips. Not for a big game, but a big play to get the drive going. Get it started, go get him.
And you scratch your head and you wonder, how did he drop the one that was right in his chest in the end zone?
2 timeouts, minute on the clock, plenty of time to get something done.
Lee pressured, gets over the middle to Williams, who bobbles that one but collects it. Jason Williams to the 45-yard line. Almost dropped that one. Willie Fontenot on the stop. And they'll stop the clock to move the chain. 16-yard gain, and now a Wildcat is injured on the far side of the field, near where the tackle was made. And that's Cameron Nelson. Safety. Well, Jason Williams almost added to his list of drops in the first half.
One catch per ball, son. Don't try to catch it twice. Just catch it the first time.
And just their hands, having better hands, softer hands, softer but stronger hands.
All right.
Williams 6'5", 240. As I said, he really looks the part. Very physical receiver. He got off to a great start running the ball when Dixon was in the game. That's slowed down a lot.
Yeah, it has. And the defensive philosophy has changed for Arizona now that Leaf's in the game. They've been bringing more pressure, trying to get in his face a little bit more.
Well, they're more confident.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, they're not sitting there worried about a guy at quarterback who can pull it and run for a 40-yard touchdown like he did in the first quarter in Dennis Dixon.
Nelson helped off. This is really the first productive drive for the Ducks in this quarter since Dixon left the ballgame. Clock running, 46 seconds in the half. Leaf cannot afford to take a sack. Loose, almost intercepted. He threw it late, looking for Williams, and Ronnie Palmer almost had one going the other direction.
I think it's safe to say that Arizona's linebackers and safeties underneath, when they're squatting on routes, they're reading them and they're going to the ball.
Yeah, they're eyeing the quarterback there in those situations too, with zones coming after the ball in the underneath route. Just getting in position to get a field goal here would go a long way for Oregon's confidence.
Leaf has time, has a man wide open. It's Williams, makes that catch. He beat Antoine Cason, went out of the 16.
How about you reverse that thought now, and in more than 3, you're going for 7, right?
Now you're going for 7.
Get aggressive. That's right. You work
Absolutely.
in zone and check down.
Still 2 timeouts, 33 seconds.
And you know what it does too, Doug? Obviously, as a quarterback, it's giving him confidence going into halftime. That's something they can build on.
I think confidence is play to play, though, with Leaf. Jones, he'll lose yards. Oregon will have to burn a timeout here. Palmer and Brandon Tatum, safety, combining on the stop. It's Barnett, the defensive tackle, getting slowly to his feet. 25 seconds before halftime. Ducks use a timeout. Arizona protecting a 20-point lead.
Had a game day report. The Oregon cheerleaders didn't make this trip, but had a scouting report, a look-ahead report. Said they were ranked top 5 in the country.
There's some sad faces that they didn't make the trip.
Yep.
Second and 9. Crucial possession for Oregon. Leaf flushed. Incomplete. Threw it too high for Williams. Cason defending him. When you see number 4 for Oregon, you're going to usually see number 5 for Arizona.
Cason's having a heck of a day. He was in a position to break on that ball as well. Leaf put it high and away where only Williams had a chance to get it, or Cason might have been going the other way again. This is off a scramble, so this time he's jamming one-on-one out with a big receiver and he's ready to break on that ball in a hurry.
Throw a little late, huh? Third and 9. Leaf for the end zone. Looking for Williams and way too high.
Probably too safe a throw right there. You know, you get the blitz picked up, you got to step up in the pocket and make a play with it.
Well, Williams was looking for a jump ball type throw. He didn't really run a true route. He was waiting for the ball to just throw it up to me, give me a chance to go up and make a play, and the ball lands out of bounds.
Why would he want a jump ball? He's only 6'5".
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not.
Why would he be thinking jump ball?
He would have been 8'5" to catch that one. So here's Matt Evanson, his second field goal attempt of the night. This from 32 yards. And they do add 3 points before halftime. Perhaps some confidence for Leaf in the Oregon offense, but they're still down big.
That goes a long way. I mean, you threw some first downs together and you come away with 3. Something to build on going into the second half.
Our ESPNU all-state standings. We talked about the repercussions of this game with those teams chasing Oregon The Ducks ranked number 2nd, and the big winners tonight, if they go down, obviously would be Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. Those Big 12 teams about to collide. West Virginia. Even Ohio State, which needs a lot of help, and the win over Michigan to climb back in.
And how about these fellas next week? We've got them with USC. Wouldn't this, if Oregon loses tonight, we got a Rose Bowl game next weekend.
Yeah.
Or next Thursday night.
You're playing the Rose Bowl next Thursday night?
Well, playing for a ticket to that game.
Oh, thank you.
I knew what he meant.
I knew what he meant, too.
Of course, there have been a number of number 2s go down. Teams like USF and Boston College, Cal, but it's a different deal to be number 2 early in the season. Number 2 in late November, you've earned it at this point. So the upsets become more significant. Edmondson squibs it. And Wildcats wisely just fall on the football. That's Earl Mitchell collecting it. USC, the other number 2 team, that was an absolute stunner to 40-point underdog Stanford.
Well, the amazing thing about the number 2s going down is they don't just lose that game. They decide to just fall off the shelf and lose a few in a row.
Right, well, all those teams lost other games. USC just losing one more at that Autzen Stadium.
Yeah, but USC, it seems like a team. We'll follow them closely next week, but they've rebounded, right, from all of the injuries, and they've held the ground, and now they got a shot, perhaps, next Thursday night.
That'll do it for the first half on senior night in Arizona. Antoine Cason, an interception return and a punt return for touchdowns. And number 2, minus Dennis Dixon, who's done for the night, down by 17 points, needing a huge rally. 31-14 as the Wildcats try to add to their history of November upsets, and Aaron Andrews is with Coach Pilati.
Well, Coach, what have trainers told you about the nature of Dennis's injury?
I haven't heard anything yet. I'm sure it's a little bit more serious than it was before. They told me he's done for tonight. I don't know what that means.
And with that said, how do you get Brady Leaf and your offense going in the second half?
Well, we obviously have to do something because we gave him some touchdowns on kicking game and on offense, which is tough. And our defense fell asleep once, but we just have to play better. I mean, I think we're capable of it, but obviously that's a big blow. We just got to come back, and every single person's got to play better.
Mike, thank you.
Thanks.
Chris.
Pilati managing a smile, but a very uncomfortable, unfamiliar position for his second-ranked team, down by 17 as we go to Reese, Mark, and Lou, the Pontiac Performance.